Alright guys, so we actually have just a ridiculous amount of leaked information to go through here for Modern Warfare multiplayer. I just want to get straight into this here because this is probably going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to start off here with a roundabout update of the Modern Warfare multiplayer maps for the beta. So the beta will have 11 maps. 2 maps will be night versions, so 9, and 1 large map, and that's also including a couple of the gunfight maps that we will also see within the beta. And here's a quick update. This video is about multiplayer, but I wanted to give you guys an update on the campaign gameplay. So coming from one of TGR sources at InfiniWard, the reason why we haven't seen Modern Warfare campaign gameplay yet is because InfiniWard apparently keep changing their minds on when to reveal it. My source has heard as late as October 1st, which would obviously be after the beta, like I talked about in my video yesterday. And someone actually asked, but why? And the Gaming Revolution got his source to respond and say, because we love the campaign, that's our baby, we really do love it, and we want to make sure it gets the attention it deserves. So at InfiniWard, they are struggling to figure out how they want to bring this campaign reveal to us. They want it to be perfect, they want it to be the right way, and I understand that, and obviously that's going to take time, and whatever it happens, that's fine. I don't really mind if the campaign is ever revealed, because going into it without seeing anything would make it pretty cool. No spoilers, no nothing, just straight not knowing anything about the campaign besides the fact that it's realistic and gritty. Going into it with no knowledge is going to be very exciting to see all that stuff for the first time. So again, as we go through these tweets here, the Gaming Revolution pretty much asked his followers to ask him questions, and then he would bring those questions to his source at InfiniWard. So all of the quotes you're going to be seeing up on screen are from, the TGR source at InfiniWard, giving him all of the information. So just so you guys know what's going on here. So this is something, him responding, talking about the levels within the game. So we might be changing around the normal prestige system. Yesterday I spoke on levels 1 through 55, of which at the moment is true, but we do have another system we are testing that COD has never seen before. So at first it was leaked that we're just going to have the standard 1 through 55 leveling system, and then when you get to 55 you prestige and so on. But apparently they're going to completely switch that up, and who knows how exactly they're going to do that. And again, they said they're testing it, so we may not actually see that within the game. Maybe they'll actually bring it to the beta and then they'll test it out there, and who knows what's going to happen here. That's going to be pretty interesting to see how they're actually changing the leveling system. Next thing here, someone asked, will the larger game modes have a lower tick rate? We want the large maps to not go above 50, and this is talking about how well these servers actually run. This is a continuation of that. Do we know what servers we'll be playing on? Black Ops 4 was at 30 Hz in customs and 60 Hz in pubs, any word, and they're aiming for 60 Hz on both, so it's gonna be pretty cool to see. Next thing here, how many DLC packs are you aiming for post-launch? Will they be more accurately representational of old COD map packs or newer COD map packs? And obviously they aren't map packs anymore, it's just a constant stream of content. So every 2 weeks you're gonna get a new piece of content, whether that's a map, a weapon, a new attachment, a new perk, etc. Theater mode, firing range, like in Advanced Warfare. In regards to firing range, we thought about adding one, but we were just like, wait, give them the ability to change their class in the game, duh. So we did. It just saved time, and you guys would have been asking for this for years. So firing range, I think, still would have been cool to see in the game. I mean, before you start up a multiplayer match, instead of waiting in the menu, you can go into the firing range and just play around. He didn't really talk about theater mode there, and obviously changing your class in game is a really sick feature, but still, firing range it's not the most important thing, but it would have been cool to see within the game, so maybe they'll still add it. How will we unlock attachments for weapons? And he just responds, weapon levels. Obviously we've seen that within every Call of Duty, makes sense. We'll be able to prestige weapons, hell yeah. Better snipers with faster aim. With the gunsmith you can build your sniper for a faster aim down sight speed, and also within the beta or within the alpha that a bunch of the YouTubers and influencers played at the multiplayer reveal, they did say that sniping was a bit more difficult. I mean, if you saw Pomage, his sniping montage he did from just the multiplayer reveal was pretty insane, so it's definitely possible, but I think overall sniping is a bit more difficult within this game, regardless of what you do within the gunsmith. Game ending and not game ending. This is referring to the nuke situation. Now the nuke situation is very interesting. So the Game Revolution, or I guess his source says it's not a nuke if it's not game ending, and pretty much this is talking about the 2 nukes within the game. Is the nuke gonna be epic? Which nuke? 2 nukes there, and you'll know what this means when it happens. Obviously, a lot of interesting stuff expanding upon this. The nuke isn't exclusive to multiplayer, so 2 nukes, both of them are game ending, and one's going to be in multiplayer, and I guess the other one's going to be in Battle Royale, Spec Ops. I mean, who really knows at that point? So it's very interesting to see what nukes we're going to see within the game. Both of them are game ending. Return of red clan tags, Clan Wars. Clan Wars are back. Clan Wars within Ghost, honestly an underrated feature, definitely extremely fun. I'm glad that's going to be returning. Next thing here, ask your source if they can accidentally turn on the servers a day early again, and he just responds, hee. Maybe that's a hint that they actually will bring the servers up a couple hours early, maybe even a whole day early before release, but you know, we'll see what happens upon release time. That would be October 24th, would be a day early, so we'll see. Third person game mode, I love this mode in MW2, but no, sadly. Will there be private matches? Why is this being asked? It's like asking if supply drops will be in the game. Obviously, it's going to be there. Any small info on prestiging in Modern Warfare? And he responds, small info only? Okay, levels 1 through 55. We did talk about this already. Will you be expanding on stat tracking within the combat record menu? I'd love to see heat maps of maps and larger amounts of different stats to help improve gameplay. We'll be keeping it similar to previous titles. Any hint of Ghost being within the game? And he obviously doesn't want to say, no spoilers. Every character has the possibility of being within this game. It's a new storyline, but based off of the same characters, so really Ghost most likely will be seen at some point within this campaign. I honestly just want to know about microtransactions, in particular new DLC weapons. So he says, as of right now, we want all DLC weapons to come free for everyone. This may change though, you'll have to ask Activision that one. So that's actually very interesting. So they want nothing to do with the pay-to-win system that we see within Black Ops 4, where the DLC weapons are locked behind the closed doors of the supply drop reserves. And Activision, they say right here, like, you know, Activision can come in and just change our plan, so it's really all up to them. So very scary there, but at least they have good intentions. Is Infinity Ward thinking about adding the minimap? Oh boy, yes, definitely. We're waiting until after the beta to make that decision, so it looks like they're leaning towards bringing the minimap back, but they want to see the beta and test it out and see how people really feel about no minimap. More info on competitive support, Codcaster, etc. Codcaster will be there at launch, so that's pretty good. Is the Scar H in the game? Yes, that's pretty cool. The Scar H was a great weapon, so I'm glad that's going to be returning in this game. Hopefully it's in the beta. How many more kill streaks and guns are there left to reveal? 3 to 4 more streaks. They didn't really mention guns there, but a couple more streaks, that's pretty cool as well. There were already a ton of streaks revealed, so 3 to 4 more streaks, pretty sick. Did you ever elaborate on what those devastating weapons are? Gotta leave some surprises. That's really weird. Devastating weapons, I don't know what that exactly means, if there's just gonna be insane weapons within multiplayer that are just so overpowered, unless they're talking about Spec Ops or other modes. We'll see what those devastating weapons actually are. Next thing, here's some information on the DLC field upgrade. Heavy weapon drop. Drop a devastating weapon to your location. Yeah, that's right. The game will be getting a lot of free content after launch, just not maps. We already talked about this. Was like a weird tweet here, but the field upgrade, a part of a DLC drop, gonna be really weird. You're pretty much gonna be getting a part of the DLC content stream, like I said, a weapon, an attachment, and in this case here, a new field upgrade in which you get a devastating weapon at your location. Now, whatever that is, like we said, who knows? Hopefully it's not OP, game breaking. It seems like it's just another version of a really OP kill streak. We'll have to see how that happens when it actually happens, and that's obviously for DLC, so that's pretty cool to see. Do you believe there would be a Battle Royale 100%? They haven't denied it yet. Battle Royale is 100% a thing. We considered dropping it from the game at one point, but we worked on it a ton, and we really think it's going to be a standout from the other Battle Royales in its current state. More info soon. All the camos in the game, basic, boring camos, they're all realistic camos right now. Red Tiger's back, so they definitely want to keep it realistic, and sometimes my only worry is that if you keep it just straight realistic and straight war camos, it may get a bit boring and dull, but they could definitely spice it up in different ways. Red Tiger's a really sick camo. Blue Tiger hopefully comes back as well, and that would definitely spice things up. You don't need to have all of these crazy Fortnite camos to have interesting camos for sure. And then here's one thing that is not really a part of the leak here, but is definitely something very interesting. Infinity Ward has stated that the nuke in Modern Warfare was actually available to earn during the multiplayer reveal event earlier this month, but no one figured it out. And figured it out, it's a weird terminology there, because it's pretty much just that it's a 30 gun streak and it used to be a 25, so it's not like people didn't figure it out. I guess no one just got a 30 kill streak within the game, which is, I guess pretty simple. It's a bit difficult, especially all those YouTubers, and they're all playing against each other, pro players playing against each other's. I guess obviously it's going to be a bit difficult to get 30 kills in a row with all of those top tier players, but it's not like they couldn't figure it out necessarily, so I don't know why that was used there. But that's pretty much it. All of this information, a lot of stuff here. This guy really just leaked a huge chunk of multiplayer. I mean, we already had the multiplayer for this game pretty much has been leaked in its entirety, but this really capped it off. This was the icing on the cake. There's not much we really need to know about this multiplayer, unless there's just so much more hidden information that will just surprise us, and I definitely think that's the case here. We pretty much know everything we need to know about Modern Warfare's multiplayer, so we're getting ready. The beta is next week, going to be pretty sick. And that's pretty much that. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a comment below, leak if you watched the whole video. And yeah, see you guys later.